This is during the Fauci 60 Minutes interview. I'm going to do a quick video forensics of the proof that they're using to tell us that masks are good. So I'm going to show the clips and then tell you what they're not telling you.
As seen in this video, tiny aerosolized droplets can float like cigarette smoke across a room. Over time, without good ventilation, they can build up and pose a risk of infection. Research shows a mask.
All right. First of all, we see spray coming out anyway with the mask, right? But look what else we see. We see all of this crap going up into the eye socket area. Now, I don't know viruses and crap like that, but common sense tells me when the body's trying to shed a virus, it can shed it by sweating, by digestion potentially, by breathing and exhaling. But we've also been told that never touch your eyes. So when the body's shedding the virus, if we shoot it up back into the eye socket, how can that not be a bad thing? How can that be, oh, well, you're already sick, so it doesn't matter? I don't know. Maybe when you eject it out and then it goes back in your eyeball, it goes back in as a different virus. Maybe that's how the virus changes itself. I mean, look at that. It went right up into the eye socket. Look at that, right up. So because it didn't go forward, but instead goes up, somehow that's supposed to be better, even though it's going into your eye socket. You can talk to any doctor about your eyes, that you're not supposed to touch them, you're supposed to wash your hands. It just goes on and on about the eyes are supposedly the windows to getting sick. So so they're not talking about the spray that's going up into the eye socket area and what that means. I'd like to know. I mean, is it really good to rebreathe in air that the body's trying to shed because it's when you're sick? Is that really a good thing? Have there been clinical trials done on this? That's what I'd like to know. So I'm going to play it again without interrupting. And you watch how much spray goes up into the eye socket.
Research shows a mask can reduce.
Look above the head, too, where it's really lit.
Without good ventilation, they can build up and pose a risk of infection. Research shows a mask can reduce that risk.
Look at that.
Dr. Fauci says he's optimistic about the early use of experimental therapies like
So there it is. I mean, they're not talking about the spray that goes up into your eye socket and up above your head as if that's, and gets in your hair too. I mean, I'm sure there's some benefit at some point to wearing a mask, but I don't know about when you're alone and you're trying to get rid of the virus, if wearing a mask makes sense. So this whole thing with the mask is very complicated. And I'll just say this one more thing. Why can't we come up with a mask that just changes color if you're sick? I mean, is that really beyond our ability to do that? Is that really something we can't make a mask do? You know, I mean, we've had 30 years to come up with something for flu and pneumonia. We've never done it. Now this came along, COVID-19, which apparently is a little bit worse. And a little bit worse is what's killing people compared to the flu and pneumonia, which kills a lot of people, but not as many. So why aren't we doing anything with any kind of true detection? They're just giving us all these ways to limit ourselves, but they're not really giving us ways to detect the virus instantly. And I find that kind of scammy too.